KwaZulu-Natal legislature is going through its budget voting process. It's now seeing the provincial government budgeting more money to help rebuild after the massive floods, which killed over 430 people last month. The Premier of KwaZulu-Natal is Sihle Zikalala. He joins us now. Mr. Premier, good evening to you and thank you for your time. How much of a change are you making to the budgeting process? How much money are you able to reallocate to help rebuild after the floods?
No, thanks. We presented our budget vote today, which in essence deal with allocation to programs of the Premier's office. We can, of course, confirm that most of things that we are doing will have to be reviewed. It had to be reviewed so that we accommodate the issue of cushioning people who have been affected by floods. But not only us, almost all departments will have to provide for the support of victims of floods, either those who lost their loved ones or the infrastructure or the business community that have been affected.
What are you going to use the money for? Is it going to be support for entities? A lot of it obviously will have to go just to housing for people.
A lot will have to go to housing, a lot will have to go to roads, bridges, and we will have to look on how to repair schools. So that is the budget in totality that will have to be sourced from different budget votes. But more than that, we will also have to spend on ensuring that small business, those who are involved in farming, and the commercial farmers are also assisted during this difficult period.
Do you have enough money, enough resources on your own to do all of this? It is a national disaster, so you are getting money from national government.
Definitely we will not have enough resources, but we'll continue to try. With regard to the disaster, we are currently mobilizing resources from national government, and that is through ensuring that we submit to Treasury following the fact that they declared the state of the national disaster. So we are assessing the damage and we will be submitting the report this week to the National Treasury.
Unfortunately, Mr. Premier, you'll know many people have been very cynical about this money. You can give us an assurance it will be managed properly?
We want to assure the people of South Africa that all resources, all funds that will be allocated, especially those that will be from the provincial government, will be utilized effectively with a proper planning, proper monitoring, and ensure that we are able to account but spend responsibly as well.
You've been yourself moving around the province, you've been looking at different areas, you've been looking at the damage for yourself. Do you believe your officials and aid organizations have been able to get help to all the communities that need it? We keep hearing about people who still have problems with water, for example, and water is going to be a major problem, especially in Tongaat.
Yes, water is going to be a major issue in Tongaat and in some areas because the plant water treatment works was washed away and the infrastructure was washed away. So we are working on how to improvise to ensure that water supply to Tongaat is installed, either using the short-term measures or look on how this pipe is restored or restored within the short period.